Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, happy Friday. Hope everybody survived this week's volatility in the marketplaces. Overnight, still a lot of question marks about China and what they're going to be doing as far as economic policies down the road. And we're going to be watching to see if there is more talk about new controls on imports and more hurdles that buyers have to go through to import grain. So we're kind of watching that pretty closely. It's been an interesting week. Overnight, November beans were trading at 9.17. Last Friday we were at 9.63. The high this week was 9.96. USDA gave us a nice little trading range for beans in 2016 between 8.40 and 9.90. So I hope they get that right. As far as D's corn is concerned, we're at 3.72. Last Friday we were at 3.83. The high was 4.02. And the range USDA looks for next year is 335 to 395. Wheat, 501 is where September wheat is. Last Friday it was at 510. This week's high was 530, and the range, according to USDA, of all wheats, cash is 465 to 555. We've seen a weakness in the domestic soybean basis as we get closer to harvest. Seems like the buyers have pretty good coverage. Yesterday, export basis in corn slipped a little bit because of the slow export pace, but the domestic basis continues to firm due to lack of farmers selling. The weather map this morning for next week calls for a little bit better rain than they did yesterday. That's probably causing some of the weakness in the overnight grain trade. Next week, Pro Farmer's going to be out with their annual Midwest crop tour. I'm sure everybody's going to be watching to see what they say about crop conditions versus USDA state yields that they put out yesterday. And there's some talk on farm talk shows that we should eliminate the USDA August crop report because it's just a guess, and that we should wait till September before we have more harvest data to look at. July NOPA crush out next week should be 141 million bushels, third largest ever. Last July we did about 120 million bushels. And still some more talk about El Nino strengthening. We'll see what impact that has on crop conditions. But usually we have a mild winter here in the U.S. During El Ninos, and sometimes Brazil has drier than normal conditions. The big point that everybody was trying to make was that in El Nino years, California actually starts getting some rain. Other than that, the funds yesterday were buyers of beans, corn, and wheat. Still long about 50,000 beans, 170,000 corn, and short 17,000 wheat going into the fall. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.